Welcome to WhatsQ. Today we are going to learn about the input credit matching mechanism in GST. So friends, actually what happens is when under GST law, when you file your returns, that time you get the credit on provision basis, and you have to claim the ITC based on your return. But that return, on that return basis, what credit you get, it's a provisional credit and not a final credit. So your final credit is decided based on the matching mechanism of GST rules. So today we are just going to see that how this matching mechanism works and what are the issues involved in that, and how you can deal with such an issues. So first, if for every assessee to claim the ITC, you need to give the detail in your return of your claim. So to get the credit, you need to mention that for the period you have purchased this much quantity and you have paid this much GST on your procurement. So accordingly your input tax credit is available to you based on your return filed for the period. So once the return is filed, you are allowed the credit based on provisional basis. So it means that that credit that is being allowed to you once you file the return is not the final credit allowed to you, but it's a provisional credit that's been allowed to you based on the claim filed. But later on it goes for the matching system of the GST rules. So what exactly happens is it checks for the discrepancy in your claim filed. So whatever the return you have filed, it checks that what is there any discrepancy and when there can be a discrepancy. Like if your claim that is being filed by you is corroborated with the supplier detail that is being furnished by the supplier. So you have to check what detail your supplier has filed for the purchase that you have reported in your input tax credit, means in your purchase statement. So once the acceptance is made, liability of the assessee, if the supplier has reported the figures and it's matching with the figures that is being reported by you, then your credit becomes final and accordingly it's reflected in the GSTR1 of supplier and it's matching with your report and supplier's report. So it's matched. But what happens if there is a mismatch? Means the credit or the ITC that you have taken is not matching with the supplier's detail or with the supplier's return. So in that case, there is two ways to communicate. There is a discrepancy arise, there is a communication of this discrepancy to both supplier as well as customer, and then first is it is being communicated to both them, and after that there is a resolution time given to them to resolve this dispute. And to resolve this, if it is being accepted, so for the supplier, either he has to accept the difference or he has to reject the difference. In case he accepts the difference or mismatch, if he agrees that there is a discrepancy in report filed by him, then he has to raise the credit note, and unless there is a credit note, then the credit will be allowed finally to the assessee based on the supplier's confirmation. But in case supplier reject the ITC and he reject the claim filed by the assessee, that he does not agree with what is being claimed in the input tax credit ledger of assessee, then there is a reversal of credit that is being given provisionally to assessee, and in that case what happens is the liability of the assessee gets increased by the amount that is not being matched with the supplier's record, and in that case what happens is the liability of the assessee is increased along with interest amount. So, and when it is being not rectified, it is get reflected in the month subsequent in which the discrepancy was found, or it is being communicated, and the liability is increased by that much amount. So the output tax liability of the assessee is increased by that amount through which the supplier has rejected the mismatch amount. So what happens is when supplier or the assessee declares the detail of the invoice in debit note in his valid return, in that case it goes for the matching of the return with supplier's detail, and if in that case it is not matching with the supplier's detail, it goes for the reconciliation. The time limit for rectification or reconciliation of such mismatch is 20th of October of the subsequent year, or the actual date of filing the annual return. Assessee can use this period under GST to reconcile the record with the supplier and to pursue him to resolve the mismatch so that he can avail the credit. But till the time this resolution is pending, assessee has to pay the increased amount by the mismatched figure along with interest for his GST liability. And in case the resolution is made and the liability is being accepted by the supplier and is accordingly reflected in his return or revised return, in that case assessee will get the credit of the return for the period, and also if any interest is being paid on that will be reversed to the assessee's account if it is being accepted by the supplier that the credit is being allowed to him at final submission of the supplier. So you can also say that assessee is at the mercy of the vendor to get the ITC. If the vendor doesn't agree to something which is genuine and for which assessee will be suffered and will be disallowed of his ITC. So what are the ways to reclaim the revised credit or reversed credit in case your credit you have claimed 1000 rupees for the period and 100 rupees is being reversed for the period and you have only received 900 ITC, and at the later stage after 3 to 4 months this supplier agrees to this liability and make correction. In that case claim is not, if he has to accept it within 2 days of reporting by the assessee, supplier has to agree to the claim and he has to revise his report return, and that return can be revised up to the month of September following the end of relevant financial year or up to the date of annual return, and no correction can be made after filing of annual return for the period to which this record is pertaining. So you have to make sure that if there is any mismatch in your ITC credit ledger with that is of your supplier, then resolve it as soon as possible and communicate it to your supplier in time so that the resolution can be made as early as possible. And it's advisable to make an periodical communication that is not at the end of the month but every weekly, or you can say after 15 days or something through which you have a regular system of reconciliation with your supplier's account, so that there is not a major mismatch amount, so that you are not deprived of your ITC credit just because suppliers couldn't reconcile the record with yours record. So that's it. If you like our video, please click on the like button and do subscribe for the more videos on this matter. Thank you.